What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about the elite route specialists on the running backs. Now, a lot of you guys have been wondering, like, why, like myself, why does Ricky Williams get elite route specialist? Like, what is going on? Because his route running looks pretty disgusting to me. If you know, let's take a look at what I'm talking about right now. Excuse me. As you go through his stuff, you're going to see that it's not really good when you go through and look at what he has there. So when I was able to see it, I thought it was some kind of, you know, stupid glitch or whatever, but it's not. It is actually something that, you know, he could use. So he has a medium route run, 63, short route, 72, deep route, 48, and he gets elite route specialist. So we're going to, for our own knowledge, we're going to go ahead and give him that chem. The problem is, you know, if it doesn't turn out to be as glitchy as we think, what do we do with it? Because, to be honest, the stiff arm specialist is a joke. Okay, it's really just a joke. It very, very rarely works. Same thing with spin move specialist. A lot of these red chems are jokes. It's 900 cap, though. Okay, so me spending this right now is really going to, you know, it's going to affect everything that I've been trying to utilize, but it is going to give him more complex routes. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to get it. All right, we're going to replace the chemistry with elite route specialist, okay? And then we're going to check what it does in game. We're going to see exactly what EA has in store, because to give him that chemistry, he's probably going to get some of the routes that, you know, people are running around doing without it, like, you know, the trips, and the guy just comes out and just be running outside in the flat crazy. It's going to add more problems for your opponent, which is all we actually look to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we look to make our opponent's life a living hell. You guys know what that's all about. We don't care about what they go through. It doesn't matter. We just want to do it. So now that we have the ability to do elite routes out of the backfield, what that's going to do is it's going to give us a little bit more of a luxury. Because I don't know how long a lot of you guys have been playing Madden, but there's always been plays with specific routes that we just have not been able to recreate. And even now with like the deep route specialist with, you know, like I have on Randy Moss, it's still not the same thing with like some of the routes that we really want. So, you know, I'm just trying to give you guys some food for thought. A lot of the things that we really want, it's still not accessible, but to be able to add something to the running back that will definitely help us, that's actually very, very huge. So looking forward to it, you know, going forward, I mean to say, we're going to try to see if it's something that's really a necessity to have, to beat the blitz, to beat odd, to do things like that. I want to know if it's something that is, you know, if it's something that really, really makes sense to have on our running back. So we're going to come out right now. We're going to just pick, you know, whatever, come out an iPro. Well, I just picked the regular PA, whatever. Let me see what he has. So we're going to go to Williams. He has an angle route. He has a flat right and a flat left. So what's his angle? Oh, whoa, 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 bro. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? No, that's, what? Oh, my, bro, hold on. Let's see what he's doing. Okay, so he just goes right up. Oh, okay, so you give us the glitchy route. You give us the glitchy route from those other stupid plays like out of trips. You get pretty much this, like, you know, you play a bunch of idiots that come out and they run like level sail. So you get that. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so now what we could do now with our offense under center, that is going to put more pressure on the players that you play, simply because you can't just do whatever you want now. Because the running back can just go out. He's just going to go out into the flat every time. So, you know, look, see, and remember that this route was always glitchy because depending on the zone that you play, it doesn't really matter. Like, the way the dude goes up and then cuts out, it's very, very difficult to stop. So, say you play an idiot that's running, like, you know, 3-3-5 odd, that's just blitzing his life out after you. If he does, because you got to remember, if you use that you still get from doing using the actual directional pad. You have to use the analog stick to get the flats. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. This could turn out to be something extremely glitchy. This could turn out to be something extremely just like, wow, dog, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you look at that, bro, being able to do, yo, wow, yo, okay, it's worth it. It's worth the, I can tell you this much, for me, it's worth it because the idiots that I play, they're generally morons that, you know, either they're running cover for a drop or they're running some kind of, see, look, just look at it. The zones automatically run away from the play. It's stupid, but that's what they do. They just run away. Why is he still up on his feet? Bro, they just run away from it. And that's beautiful. Okay, so that makes sense. What we have to do now is we have to get a slot receiver. All right, that's what we're going to need now. Now, I know the Jarvis Landry came out. I'm not really interested in him at all. Like, I don't want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's somebody that we could probably do something with. And you know what else is ill? When you come to the goal line, right, and you're under center like that, and you can do this and have a dude in the flat when they're like, you know, if you're playing an opponent like this, this is virtually unstoppable, because if they're man-to-man, when he does that cut, the game automatically lets him just get wide open, so it's weird. You can't really do anything about it. You know, generally speaking, a lot of these plays don't have that. If you play regs, though, regs might present you with, you know, like, because you can have it either way, so it doesn't really matter. The route just, you know, he just got smashed up, but the route itself, because of the way it's designed, you have to be careful. And you remember, when you play a lot of idiots that run that continuously, it doesn't matter if you're in a flat or not. Even when you're in a flat, once he cuts on that route and he keeps running, some of the time it gets really, really wide open. So it's a very, very difficult route to counter. Now, for those of you guys that are playing, like, you know, on different levels and, you know, of competitiveness, you're probably going to be doing regs right now. When you go into, like, salary cap, I honestly think that that's a game changer. I honestly think that, because it's not really much you can do about it. Like, the way that I'm doing it right now, there's not really a whole lot that I see you can get away with. It's going to be very, very difficult to do anything with that. So we have to wait to see how that's going to work. But I think that it's something that you guys should add to your repertoire. If your running back can do that, I highly recommend it. Now, I don't know how many running backs can do it. You know, obviously looking at Ricky Williams, we're seeing that he can do it now. But, you know, like, we don't want to keep Shannon Sharpe going to the flat like that. We could always just have him running right out to the flat. That is a very, 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 very dangerous route to give to the running back. It's very, very dangerous. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and highly recommend that, just because I know that the route is stupid. And also, if you guys remember last year, right, when you know, we were watching like the Madden Championship and stuff like that, I don't know if you guys saw, but it was very, very obvious that this route was glitchy, because a lot of people were they were using specific plays to do it just because the defense doesn't respond properly. Now, if you run a cover 2 and you run hard flats, that's fine, but that route right there is going to pull down corners that are up. You're doing up and out routes. You know what I'm saying? So we all know about the crosses and stuff like that. If you try to do that and you jeopardize that whole situation in any way, you're going to have hell to pay. Like, it's going to be really, really bad what's going to happen. So at this point right now, you know, giving that to Ricky Williams, in my opinion, is much better than even utilizing the stiff arm thing, the stiff arm specialist that he had, because like I said, it very, very rarely worked. And you know what's interesting about the stiff arm? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. And I know a lot of you guys probably are like, yo, when you spam it, sometimes you just get stiff arms randomly. That's pretty much what happens. Now, the deep route specialist on Randy Moss is pretty good as well. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you understand that depending on the player that you pick, it can be really, really dicey. You know what I'm saying? Like, Randy Moss's deep routes, with, like, you know, it does the deep crosser route, it does the deep in, the deep out. Those are excellent, and the skinny post. You have to understand it and have like a sort of knowledge with it to make sure that what you're doing with the actual chems is good for your game. You know what I'm saying? Like Randy Moss, because we know that you can press Randy Moss and cover for a drop, and EA doesn't have a concern about it in the world because everybody will stay with him, including your grandmother. She'll just run him down in Madden. It's really, really ridiculous. The deep route specialist is useful anyway. Okay, simply because we can't go deep and beat anybody deep. This, I believe, is very, very essential. Okay, now he can get both. He can get the elite route specialist and he can get the deep route specialist. With the elite route specialist, Tyreek Hill is not eligible to get it at this time, so I can't do nothing with it on the other side. But it is something that, you know, maybe possibly I would add to somebody like, I got to see, because like Shannon Sharpe at the tight end position, he can actually get it. but I don't really see right now using him in that aspect. I don't really see right now doing that with the tight end position, like having to up and out. I think he gets a lot of various good routes, though. It's something that you might want to look into if you are rocking with Shannon Sharpe. Now, for the most part, I don't regret getting rid of Jerry Rice for this guy. Yeah, I lost a lot of trading points, whatever, but I don't regret doing it simply because he adds so much more of a dynamic as far as his blocking. He holds onto the ball a lot better, even though I almost lost the game where he dropped it and then we had Randy Moss on the next play score. He usually catches the ball efficiently, all right? On Franco Harris, we have the truck specialist, so we use him in like close goal line situations to try to punch it in. For what I've seen, like to my knowledge, I don't really see that big of a difference with the truck specialist. Some of you guys really like it. I'm just letting you guys know up front, I don't really see anything like overly spectacular with him. All right, just in case you guys ask that and you're like, yo, bro, I just need to know what's really good. Does he truck a little bit better than, you know, Ricky Williams? I think they both have like the same type of trucking though. I think they're both like in the 90s or whatever. Let me see, what's his trucking right now? Let's go check that out real quick. All right, his trucking is a 95, so that's pretty high. It's higher than it's definitely higher than Ricky Williams. Okay, so does the truck specialist add anything to that? I have yet to see it just like light up and I just bash somebody to the ground, but he does truck people more efficiently than a said Ricky Williams. All right, so that 95 that he's at, what is this guy? He's at a 92 trucking. Okay, so it is what it is with those things as far as the red chems, because some of you guys have been asking, like, yo, Gmia, what are these chems doing? Are they fixed? Are they, you know, what are they doing? I have no idea what they're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just try to get as much as I can get out, and I keep it moving, bro. Like, if dudes are going to drop the ball, they're going to drop it. I haven't really seen anything consistent with it. So that's just something that I view it as something to where, is he going to truck people? Yeah, but he has a, you know, he has a 95 trucking, so he's supposed to. Does the truck specialist add anything to it? I don't know, but I prefer it over the stiff arm specialist. Does he even have stiff? I don't think he has stiff arm specialist. But Ricky Williams, it did sometimes light up, but not enough. And he wasn't able to really do anything to where it's like, yo, I definitely need to have it going. So, yeah, he does have stiff arm specialist. So, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is what it is. You guys let me know what you're thinking. He is the best fullback in the game, though. I think he's going to be the best fullback, you know, probably throughout the year, whatever. So, at this point, he's definitely worth it to have something on him as far as red chem goes, and you can utilize him in that aspect. I'm going to talk to you guys and girls later. Until next time, one love.